AK47 from Palmetto State. Here it is. And well, it's the first time we've shot it. I haven't really done much to it. I did put a new trigger in it. We're gonna shoot it out here for the first time. We're gonna talk about what it's like shooting that new AK. Do I look like a Soviet? Do I look like a Russian? I look like a Russian, don't I? Let's go. Today we're out here to shoot the new Palmetto State, the GF3 model. It's one of their newer models. They've got them in stock every once in a while. I ended up getting one, luckily. One thing that I want to talk about really quickly is why I went with the AK. Obviously, I have an AR now, the AR-15. The biggest reason right now, today, that I bought an AK is because of this and this. Now, the bullet that you're seeing on this side, obviously, is the 5.56. The bullet over here is the AK round, which is a 7.62 by 39. Now you can see the comparison. The AK bullet is a beast. Can you guys see that? That's a big difference in girth and size. It's not only about size, it's not only about how big it is, it's about the price. And right now, the 7.62 is a lot cheaper than 5.56. So that's why I bought the AK, because I'm like, I want to shoot more, but I'm tired of paying $80 to $1 per round for the 5.56 when I can buy 7.62 for 30 cents right now. So we're gonna shoot for the first time with the Palmetto State AK47. Like I said, I did install the CMC flat trigger. It was not the easiest install, but I'm hoping that it worked. AKs are a little bit different than the AR platform. I would say that the AKs are a little bit harder to work on, but that might just be because it's the first time working on it. We don't have an optic on here yet because I'm waiting for an optic rail to come. I bought some other upgrades as well. This is actually a different compensator on the front here. It's got pretty good reviews for that compensator. I ended up buying a different compensator as well, so I'm kind of just going through and trying out different things with this gun. You can see we've got the mag pull furniture on this gun. That's how it's built. It's kind of nice because this buttstock, or this stock, has this extendable part, which is kind of nice, so you can really get that in there deep. I'm interested to see kind of like how this, I've actually never shot an AK-47 I don't think in my entire life. I might have before, but this is the first time I've owned one and shot one. I thought it was gonna be a lot more. I thought there was gonna be a lot more kick to it, but that really wasn't bad at all. So let's keep going here. All right, so it's kind of interesting because you can definitely feel, you know, the spring, you can feel the charging handle and all that working. It's a lot different of a feel over shooting, you know, with the AR, because obviously the AR is just I would say a more improved platform. But this is actually, it's pretty fun to shoot, and you definitely, like, you feel, you know, that spring and the charging handle and all that working a lot more than you would with the AR. But I mean, the gun fires, the gun shoots. I mean, I'm pretty sure we're on target there. We're pretty dead on the middle of the target over there. So I'm gonna put in a new cardboard up and see if we can kind of work on the groupings and just see how accurate this gun is. But like I said, out of the box, this thing is ready to go. It's a really good price point. I like the stock that they have on here. Like I said, that stock is nice because it does pull out. I like kind of the ergonomics of that stock as well. I ended up ordering a larger grip that's gonna come out to like here. That way I can hold it kind of like I do with my AR. A little bit different. This thing's hot, obviously. But I just feel like obviously that grip right there, like I want my hand to be further out. So I did order some upgrades to the furniture on this gun. All right, so we backed up about 25, 30 yards here, and we're gonna shoot. We got a new target up there. We'll shoot right for the center mass. These guns are obviously gonna be, you know, a much better shot than me personally. I don't wanna put all the pressure on, like, hey, look how bad these groupings were. But we'll see if we can get some good groupings at this distance with the AK and second magazine through this gun out of the box. Let's go. All right, so looking at the groupings here, in terms of up and down, you know, we're good, but the problem here is everything was off to the left. I also think that might have just been like a personal thing. It might have just been because of me, because I did notice that, like, I kind of was like doing a little bit of this with those iron sights on there. I'm interested to see, like, once we get like a proper optic on the AK, does that affect it? But we still hit the target. We're just really off to the left there. And I don't think that was by any means the gun's fault, more so my fault at that point. So we'll shoot some more. Let's try to get, obviously, back over there. We'll see if we can get a couple headshots from that distance as well. Looking at our grouping again, I don't know why, but like everything's just kind of like off to the left there. I don't know if this sight is like is it's moved or exactly what's going on there. Maybe I gotta adjust it somehow. Honestly, like I said, I've never really shot with this type of iron sights on the gun. But I mean, we're still like, the thing is like the up is good. It's just a little off to the left there. But I mean, if we're aiming for a target, I'll be totally fine with that grouping at least, you know? Obviously, you know, if we were a little to the right, but still, there's some double ups there, some shots going through the same holes twice and touching, so that's good to see. A lot of people talk about the AK-47 is not very accurate, but I feel like we, you know, obviously we were only at 30 yards there with no optic or anything like that, and really no upgrades done to the gun other than the trigger, which I think I might have messed up the trigger because there's just something about the trigger, it feels a little funny. It doesn't feel solid like the CMC trigger that's on my AR. I don't know for sure exactly what I did wrong. I think I paid like what, $600, $700 for this gun, and especially in this world that we're living in today, I think it's a cool gun to have, especially add it to your collection. It's a good deal. Palmetto Arms builds them in America, built in the USA, so that's kind of cool to have an AK that's built in the USA. But I think once, you know, once we get the optics on there, once we get the new barrel cover on there, the hand guard, new compensator, I noticed, you know, right away I can feel that heat of the gun. This gun definitely gets hot. It definitely gets hot. Like I could feel just on the barrel and stuff, that heat coming off there. But definitely a really fun, cool gun to have. And like I said, I like the stock. I like it's foldable. I can like that. So I could really put this in a backpack. I could keep it in my truck easily. This will probably be like a good gun to have in my truck, you know, ready for when shit hits the fan. So it's a cool gun. We'll do some more shooting. We'll kind of do some run around, just kind of put the process. We got to load some more mags. We've already shot through 4 mags. That recoil, it's got good recoil to it. All right, so obviously the mechanics of the gun, you know, the ergonomics are gonna be different. You know, loading the mags be a little bit different. The overall form and function, the feel of the gun is gonna be different than an AR. And that's just, you know, it's an AK. What can you do about it? So I definitely feel a lot more recoil, obviously. With the way the AR is built, it's built to remove all of that recoil, where with the AK, it's just a recoil machine. And obviously, you know, it's a bigger round. It's got a lot of power, like we saw earlier. The round, you know, the bullets themselves are big. They're big bullets, but it's fun. Definitely fun to just feel like this gun just feels like raw power. Raw power, that's what it is. AK-47, raw power. So we'll keep shooting. No problem so far. I think, like I said, the trigger might not be perfect because of my install. We got the mag pool mags. We've had no problems with feeding or any issues like that. We've been through about 6 mags so far. The AK-47 from Palmetto State, pretty fun gun. I think there's still some room for improvement. I think you can make it a better gun. Obviously the recoil is just gonna always be an issue because it's an AK compared to an AR, but they are building AR platforms that shoot 7.62 now, which I did order recently. I'm waiting on that to come in, but I was like, hey, it would be cool to own, you know, just a stock normal AK-47. Not this is like a stock AK-47, but it's definitely a cool piece to have, and it's fun. Kevin shot it. Kevin thought it was a beast. I thought it was a beast. It's a cool gun to have. I've said that like 20 times, but in general, you know, the biggest thing, obviously, the ergonomics are gonna be a little bit different. Everything's just gonna be a little bit different. It's a different platform than the AR, but like I said, they are now building AR platforms that shoot 7.62. So we'll see what happens. I'm kind of interested just to kind of keep learning more. It's the first time we've shot with it. Keep dialing it in. I think there's room to grow here with this gun. I think there's progress. We put an optic on there. We get everything all dialed in and really get it ready for shooting. We'll come out here next time with our upgrades and see if there's a difference. But it's fun. It shoots. And that's what we want with a gun, right? We want something consistent. We want something that works. And we've had no issues today with the Palmetto State gun. I bought the gun on their website. And I think they shipped it the next day to my FFL. I picked it up within like 3 or 4 days. Very good process. Big shout out to Palmetto State. Again, I get no benefit from promoting Palmetto State other than the fact that they, you know, I'm a happy customer. I bought a product, they delivered it, it works. Really impressed. Great quality AK47, at least from what, you know, from what I've seen so far. I have taken it apart, so I've kind of seen a little bit inside of it, but yeah, it's a cool gun. I like the stock that's adjustable. It's nice that you can also fold it in, you know, when you're traveling around, moving. I don't even know what it would be like shooting without the stock. It'd be pretty wild there, but we'll do that one someday. So there it is. It's the Palmetto State AK47. Bam, bam, bam. Thank you, ma'am.